Hi everyone, this is Matt from Hinsdale Paddle Club. I'm going to break down a point from 4 nationally ranked men's players. Let's do a quick introduction. At the net, we have Wagner, his partner Rams. In the backcourt in the ad side, we have Frazier, and his partner Morgan. For some context, Morgan drives off of both sides, which will be relevant a little later on in the clip. A couple of things we've been working on with our ladies teams is what we call the no zone. The no zone is hitting over to the deuce player's forehand. Reason why we coach this is generally, not always, the deuce player has a stronger forehand than they do backhand. And with two righties at the net, when the ball gets hit over to this side, it'll tend to cause a shift at the net, and then it can get confusing on who's taking the next ball. The other thing we've been working on is the circle of trust. And the circle of trust is where Wagner would generally stay in this circle and allow Rams to take the majority of the overheads because his forehand is in the center of the court. This can only happen if the team generally keeps the ball from the center of the court over to the ad side. So as we break down this clip, we'll go in slow motion for the first one as Rams hits it, and Frazier comes over and drives this ball. Right away, actually, Wagner leaves the circle of trust. But we're okay with that because he's helping out his partner in making a volley because he's closer to the net. So if we're going to leave the circle, we want it to be helping with the volley. As soon as he hits it, notice how he comes back to the circle, and the next ball is lobbed, and he's right in the circle of trust. So as we play this in full speed, we're going to see most of the balls go to the center of the court. That is up to the circle again. Volley. Back to the circle. Overhead up the middle. Up to the middle. All right, let's break down this right here. So when Wagner is in the circle of trust, notice now, I'll do this in slow motion, he is going to move to his right and leave the court. You see this all the time from high-level players. This allows Rams more vision into the court to see it and hit the ball up to the center. So again, as we speed up this point a little more, volley, back to the circle of trust. Rams hits another one. All right, so now let's break this one down. So now Wagner does leave the circle of trust, but this is going to happen. We're going to be in the wrong position. We're going to read the ball wrong. It's okay if Wagner puts the ball back to the center, hits a really good reset overhead, and notice when he hits it, he's going right back to the circle. So now I'm going to just fast forward this a little bit. So now Wagner is in the circle of trust and he hits it over to the no zone. So this is the first time where we really get this big shift. Rams goes up to the closer to the net. And the reason they do that, remember what I said earlier, they have to respect Morgan's forehand. And Wagner hits a really good overhead here, by the way. As soon as right here, you can't really see it, but as soon as Morgan opens up his paddle face, Wagner knows he's going to lob and he's going to go back to the circle. So watch him go back to the circle, and then Rams is going to hit this ball. So I'm going to fast forward this a little more. Again, doesn't really leave the circle of trust. The ball's in the circle, but goes back to the no zone. And same result. He notices he hits a good enough overhead, neutralizes Morgan, goes back to the circle. Now, this is going to be the key right here. As Rams hits this ball to the center of the court, Wagner is slightly outside of the circle of trust. And the reason for that is he has to respect the forehand of Frazier, so he's in more of a volley position. Ideally, now when this ball is lobbed, Wagner would have moved back to his right into the center. Instead, he stays put, and notice now how he's going to actually float to his left and hit this ball. And when he hits it, he's in the center of the court, and Rams is in the center of the court. And he also, with the angle of his face, he's going to hit it to the no zone. And when this ball hits in the no zone, it goes right to Morgan's forehand. Morgan steps over, hits a great drive, and Rams misses the ball. So ideally, Wagner would have deferred that ball to Rams and hit it, again, back up the center. Hope this helps. Thanks.